This is where we are. We're about to talk to this guy named Shun Lee Fong and his assistant or co-worker here that works at this ministry. It's an artistic, creative ministry. I guess they support artists and creative endeavors of some sort. I just actually got to play with Shun Lee in church at this church called the One Thing Church. He led worship today, and I think he was just visiting, helping out with worship. But gonna go talk to him just for a minute and try to understand better what he does and how he's using his gifts, not only with his own personal music, but in the lives of other creative artists. See you in a minute. Okay. Well, I guess we're talking to Shun Lee, right?
That's right.
And that's one name. I thought it was two names.
It actually is my middle name. Shun Lee is my middle name.
Okay.
My last name is Fong.
Fong, so Shun Lee Fong. And then you're Karen. We just met both of you guys recently. What's your last name, Karen?
Bream.
Bream?
Mm-hmm.
Both not from here.
That's right.
But both here in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And we just met you guys just a while ago, and I guess the reason why we're here is, you know, I mean, besides the fact that I got to play music with Shun Lee just kind of on the fly.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Got to do that and let me have a blessing of playing and passing on my little crazy trumpet gift. But you know, you'd mentioned you're doing some kind of crazy artistic adventure here. I took a shot of the sign.
Of it, don't you think? Crazy artistic adventure.
Crazy artistic adventure, and we're all on this adventure that God's put us on here, and we're trying to use our gifts and stuff, and it got my interest just right away, and I wanted to see how you guys are using your gifts, what this place is about, what it's called, what you guys are doing currently, what you'd like to be doing, all the above, anything else you can think of that you want to share on this adventure you guys are on.
We don't have enough room on that tape for this. Well, I am the director. I'm actually an actor and a writer and a former lawyer, and the Lord delivered me from that.
Amen. All right.
Just like he did with the Apostle Paul out of lawyering. So I'm doing that as well as running a nonprofit called The Greenhouse, which is a ministry to creative artists of all sorts. Of course, here in Hollywood, we have a ton who are in the film and television industry, but we have musicians and dancers and photographers and writers and you name it. We have all sorts of artists, and what we've tried to do is create a new environment for creative artists, because here in Hollywood it's very cutthroat, very competitive, a lot of discouragement and isolation, and a lot of negative elements to the society that are really targeting new artists because they realize how powerful and influential artists can be. And so weird cults, and there's the porn industry and some other industries that really try to target artists, and we want to say, hey, you know, there's a different way to go. There's a healthier way to go than getting plugged into some of those more negative aspects. So the Greenhouse has created really a unique environment where all these artists come together, and one of the foundational aspects of the Greenhouse is artists serving each other. Instead of trying to find a way, how do I get jobs for myself, we're like, hey, no, try to find jobs for somebody else. Try to promote somebody else. Make it not about yourself, but about helping other people. And if we'll all do that together as a community, we can all grow together, we're all going to be healthier, and it's just going to be a lot more fun. And of course, we're approaching it from a Judeo-Christian worldview. As Christians, we feel like that's really important to approach everything we do, including arts and entertainment, from that worldview. And so we've been going for 4 years now, and it's really created a very unique environment. We also run a website called Hollywood Connect, which is for people who are newer to the industry, who are just trying to find their way. And there's thousands of people who come to Hollywood every year. So we want to get them the information that they need, not only spiritually, but practically speaking, professionally speaking, so that they're making good choices as they navigate their first few years here in Hollywood. And you know, initially it was created for Christians, but now we realize there's just, everybody needs this information. So there's a lot of outreach, there's a lot of saying, hey, come be with us, whoever you are, whatever your background. And we use the arts and entertainment as a dialogue for just talking about the meaning of life and beauty and truth. It's a very unique environment. I wish I had something like that when I was a young artist. I'm still a young artist, right? But, you know, I wish I had somebody that would have had those kind of conversations with me and set me free as an artist, and that's really what we're about.
Right on.
Life into artists, getting them released into the freedom of who they were created to be.
One of the things you find, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, what do you?
Yeah.
What's your take?
My take. One of the things you find here in Hollywood is you don't struggle with necessarily the drugs and the rock and roll and the sex and all of that. It's very much the loneliness and despair, and you find yourself so just isolated from people, and then you can't be creative, you can't be artistic like how you've wanted to come out here and to perform, because you get yourself in a little corner, and the city is so spread out that everybody is all these different locations. And so we've found with the greenhouse, it's a great place for people to come together. We meet on the CBS lot in Studio City, and it's, you know,
Cool.
100 people that come together, and there's this life that comes, and then your artistic side can come out, and you can be very creative. And it's just a lot of fun to see people coming alive and then realizing, oh, I'm not alone. I struggle with this. You struggle with this. And to have that community. And also Hollywood is very much, the entertainment industry is very much set up on fear. Everybody's afraid of something if it doesn't make money, if it doesn't, you know, it's just, am I going to be fired? Am I going to be hired? It's just competitive and fear-based. And we're setting up an environment that says you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to worry. Come and just do your craft.
Afraid
and be
of failing,
artistic.
it sounds
yeah,
like.
you can succeed. And what does success look like? It might not look like $1 million, but becoming whole people and being able to really be who ultimately God created you to be is fulfillment.
Right
and so
on.
that's what we want to be creating here in Hollywood. And as people become whole, then we're going to see the industry changed and the content and movies changed, because the content comes out of who we are.
Yeah.